Mic check, mic check. What's going on, world? You already know it's your boy SB, and I'd like to welcome you back to another episode of the Sauce Files. As always, I hope you're doing what you gotta do to get to where you gotta be. Today's conversation will be one that steps on a lot of toes, and if your toes get stepped on, you should probably move your feet. And I mean that both literally and metaphorically. We all battle insecurities at some point in our life. And this is your reminder that whether you do or don't get to your goals is 100% your responsibility. Our point of reference today comes from Norman Cousins, and it reads: people are never more insecure than when they become obsessed with their fears at the expense of their dreams. By definition, insecurities are uncertainty or anxiety about oneself, the lack of confidence and the state of being open to danger or threat, and the lack of protection. When it comes to your journey of self improvement, entrepreneurship, handling adversity, and etc., as you climb your way to the top, at some point you will be faced with insecurity. At certain parts of our journey, if we're going to be honest, we will be the ones that are insecure. We will play into the fear narrative that there are limited opportunities and concoct multiple other theories to support this claim. But eventually, we'll be faced with an ultimatum. We can either keep being a hater or we can quit crying and do the work. I talk about the importance of validating yourself all the time because it is vital to your growth and progression to do so. Because when you allow others to dictate your future, the work ethic you put towards certain goals and etc., you begin to second guess yourself and low key almost fall into the trap of believing it. And believe it or not, the same people that are quick to tell you what to do with your life will break their ankles jumping for the opportunities that they are trying to talk you out of, if they had the confidence to chase their dreams. People aren't only insecure when you're chasing your dreams, they are also insecure just simply watching you enjoy your life. I was talking to one of my boys from college about this recently, but some people really hate to see you smiling about the things that should be stressing you out. If you haven't experienced this yet, not to speak ill will over your life, just keep living. You'll see. The people that you thought would be happy for you are secretly trying to poke holes in your ship when you turn your back. People that have failed to embrace their full potential will always have something to say about those that do. It's also important to note that when people project their insecurities onto you, it has nothing to do with you and everything to do with them. Some people got their dreams shut down in the younger years of their life and they never recovered from that moment of betrayal. Some people want to go after their dreams but are scared of the reaction of their closest loved ones and relatives. Some people can't stop scrolling social media and they can't stop comparing their life to other people. Some people get swept away by social pressures and they never learn to stand on their own 2 feet. All of those things that we just mentioned stem from the key ingredient that makes insecurity so potent: fear. This fear takes root because of the things that were done and said in the past, not being supported by family, believing these propaganda posts on IG, patterns in their relationships, and thinking critically, and etc. None of these problems are yours. People will tell you that you're silly for chasing your dreams because it's not quote unquote secure enough, or they tell you that you need to be quote unquote realistic about what you can achieve. And I like to point out something very critical. During COVID, unless you were quote unquote an essential worker, your job may have showed you how unsecure your job actually was. Those that had the kahunas found a way to adapt. Those that didn't struggled. They were so used to being validated by all these outside influences, and when it came time to sit alone with their thoughts, they just simply couldn't handle the pressure. Fear is paralyzing some people, and in order to be successful, there's no room for fear. In order to overcome your doubts, there's no room for fear. When you see people getting the opportunities, there's no need to tell yourself that it won't happen for you. That's why I wrote the book, The Power of Belief. You conquer your fears by believing in yourself. You conquer procrastination by taking action. You conquer your thoughts by changing your what ifs. You conquer inactivity by being consistent. You conquer whatever is holding you back by doing the opposite. When people see you pushing through hard times, it upsets them because they expected you to fold. When you're chasing your goals, they wait for moments of failure to remind you that it was never too late to switch occupations. If you are faced with any of these conversations, do not listen. Yeah, they may have your best interest at heart, but the real truth is they are scared that you'll be successful. They are scared that you're going to move on to your new life and do all these great things while they stay stagnant in mental quicksand. The process is uphill for a reason because higher elevation usually thins out the crowd. Don't let the insecurities of other people sway you from doing what God called you to do. Yes, the journey will be tough. Sometimes the journey will take longer than expected. The journey will also demand more from you at every level. But this is your reminder to stay the course. All of that to say this: don't let the people who can't see their vision cause you to not see yours. When you're in the midst of chaos and confusion, don't feed into the narrative. Continue to find that silver lining and continue to give thanks. When you're getting closer to your goals, negativity always finds a way to reveal itself. And a lot of times it reveals itself in the people close to you. Don't feed into that negativity. Continue to elevate. Those that want to adapt to the altitudes will. Those that don't want to, or they can't adapt, they'll turn around. Whether they stay or go is on them. Whether you go or you don't is on you. So with that being said, that concludes today's episode of the Sauce Files. If you're battling insecurities and you're tired of seeing everybody else win, it's time for you to let go of that negative energy, fam, and rise to the occasion. Because remember, what's for you will always be for you. There's no money in your feelings, so it's time to get out of them and back in the game. When those voices creep in to instigate you, quiet that noise by focusing on what needs to be done. If you're the one that people keep projecting their insecurities on, keep showing up and continue to fight the good fight. If they wanted to chase their goals and dreams, they would. If they wanted to apply that same level of criticism to their own life, they would. But since they don't, it doesn't stop you from doing what you want to do. So if you enjoyed this episode, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to the campaign. Make sure you check out saucebradybooks.com. Again, I'll be at Phoenix and Dragon Bookstore this weekend, 5531 Sandy Springs Road. 5531 Roswell Road in Sandy Springs. Make sure y'all come out, man. Come chop it up with your boy. Great opportunity to network with me. It's gonna be some cool people there. So y'all come out, network, chop it up, man. Let's show Phoenix and Dragon we mean business. As always, man, get lifted, stay inspired. It's your boy. Peace.